What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I am your host, Matt Southwell, and joining me this week, Ashley Dye and Dan Gilbert.
Gents.
How is everyone?
Very good.
Good. Are you going to miss me when I'm gone?
Of course.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm off on holiday today. That's why we're filming this morning.
Right. I thought you just wanted to annoy me and get me out of bed early.
Well, I don't think many people would think 11:30 is getting you out of bed early, but we'll agree to disagree. So we'll jump straight into this here, but very quickly before we do, for any newcomers, this is a weekly show that the three of us do where we get together to discuss the latest news topics in the video game industry. We'll then also go through the game releases for this week before deciding what is our favourite game of the week. There's some pretty big news this week, and I thought a good place to start would be Silent Hills. A lot of kind of not just Silent Hills, but Konami news going on this week. Firstly, Silent Hills has been cancelled. Konami said that they're still committed to new Silent Hill titles. However, the Silent Hills project developed with Guillermo del Toro, I think that's how you say it.
Close
you have
enough.
to say it in the accent.
Guillermo del
Guillermo.
Toro.
And featuring the likeness of Norman Reedus, also known as that dude in The Walking Dead. I can't remember his name anymore because I didn't watch it. Yeah, sure, why not?
I think.
It was
I know.
Merle and Dowell. Yeah,
Um,
Dowell sounds right. Anyway, it will not be continued.
Bob.
I haven't watched Walking Dead in like 3 seasons.
I gave up. It's... Do you ever watch it at all?
Nah.
No. Do you read the comics?
No.
Sorry, the graphic novels. But no, they're so much better than TV shows. Oh well, anyway. Silent Hills.
Yeah.
We're doing well so far on our being efficient. What do you guys think of this cancellation?
I was really gutted, honestly. When I saw it come up on my newsfeed, I thought it's not good. I mean, it was one of the games. In fact, this game was in my wish list on my Amazon.
It's going to stay there for a long time now.
I know.
Yeah, it's something a lot of people were like looking forward to.
I think
to just suddenly up and cancel the title. Not like project's a bit iffy, will delay things, or to just cut and cancel completely.
Yeah, I suppose question marks are probably going to be asked. You know, we've had all this news about Kojima and his future at the company seems a bit uncertain.
Yeah.
They've already indirectly said that he will not be making the new Metal Gear.
Yeah.
You know, they've rebranded. It was Kojima Productions or whatever is now Konami Digital Productions. They've dropped his podcast, so some things obviously happened that we still don't know about. But not only are they cancelling this game, they've taken away PT from the PSN. It's gone. It went on last Thursday, so if you didn't download it, you will never play that.
It makes sense if they've killed the game. You're not going to leave like the teaser trailer demo kicking about.
But why? The whole idea of digital is that stuff's there for eternity. Like, it's not doing any harm, is it? You don't even know unless you complete PT that it is actually for a Silent Hills game. It's just a scary little teaser thing.
Yeah.
Very scary, actually. Did you play it?
No.
Did you download it?
No.
Oh, never.
I was busy.
Well, now never, ever.
Yeah, I was quite
Getting back together. So, but no, that was a bit of a weird move, I thought. Anyway, that they would.
I was really quite surprised. I mean, it's a highly anticipated game. I think amongst a lot of gamers. I think it's been a long time since we saw the last Silent Hills game, and I actually downloaded quite recently the Silent Hills Diary game.
I remember you saying about that.
Vita. I've been playing that a lot over the last few weeks and really enjoying it. Sort of ahead of this game coming out, really, just to get myself back into the franchise. So it's I'm a bit gutted about it.
The thing I suppose we need to look at now is what did Konami have left? You know, if Metal Gear Solid, they're committed to it, but will it be better without Kojima? Possibly. I think Kojima's maybe... He's not the ideal person to probably be dealing with from a business perspective. He's very much an artist. He wants to make something. He's not focused on the money, whereas obviously... But whether or not it will still be the same without him... They said they still want to make Silent Hills titles, but they've dumped this one. So that's put that back a while. What else have they got? Pro Evo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
exactly.
else? I mean, have they got anything else that's still relevant? I mean, they own old IPs, but there's been kind of talks going around that maybe Konami are getting ready to leave the video game industry because they've delisted from New York, the stock exchange, apparently for economic reasons, because not enough trade's there for it to be viable. Ash, I suppose as the businessman, you can tell us exactly how much it costs to be on the New York Stock Exchange.
No, I couldn't tell you.
No?
Nah.
You haven't got your own independent company listed there?
No.
I'd imagine it's a good few million though.
It probably is, yeah.
But
I just think that they're in this position now where I think they probably want to be looking at being either taken over or merging with somebody.
yeah, I mean,
That's the position they're in at the moment in terms of a company and what they can bring to the table with potentially a takeover.
yeah, it's possible that maybe they sell off their games industry or games division. Because I don't know if you guys do this, but they're a huge company in Japan, and they make loads of other stuff. Like the weirdest thing I found was that they make fitness equipment, and like they have fitness clubs and stuff in Japan. They make those pachinko machines that the Japanese seem to love. I've never played one personally, but I don't know, they just got bells and stuff. It's like gambling. It's like a slot machine, but for Japanese people.
Slot machine for Japanese.
Oh, that's basically, looking at it, that's kind of the thing I can look at. It's kind of like half pinball, half slot machine. I don't know if you've seen them before.
No. But it just goes to show that the viewers never know what they're going to learn on this riveting show that we produce.
We don't just bring games entertainment, we bring knowledge.
Fun facts.
Knowledge. But yeah, if I was to be a guessing man, I would say that Konami in the video game industry won't be around inside. Definitely by the next generation. I don't think, as we know them. The IPs will still say, but maybe someone like you said buys them up or merges.
Think given their experience, the time they've been around, their ideas, their franchise, everything they've got there to bring to the table, I think they'd be good in terms of potentially being taken over or merging.
Something that Sony directly would go after.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, like, what would you really want from a franchise? I mean, Metal Gear is obviously huge, you know, but one title alone is not enough. Silent Hills, the IP how relevant is it? I don't know. It's been a long time since Silent Hills. You know, this was getting hype from PT. I don't know.
But even if someone like Capcom even bought the rights for the games and things, I don't know if that's something. I know it's not that different to maybe what the stuff they do, you know, with the Resident Evil and things like that. I don't know. Maybe they might.
But they're both struggling companies, so maybe they could. Maybe that is actually a good one where they can just merge and save their losses rather than make both losing. Only one company can lose.
I don't know. Potentially, but I don't think. We've heard the end of this. I think there'll be far more to come out of it yet, but it's just unfortunately sad news. Yeah.
Let's move on to some happier news then.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3
had
its first gameplay trailer this week.
Yeah.
And it was almost as exciting as Ash is making it sound. It was awesome.
It was.
I mean, it does look like something that Michael Bay directed, but in a good way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a good. When it's a video game, it's a good. When it's a movie, it's like, no, this is stupid. This is all effects. When it's a video game, it's like, explosions.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Why not? Let's have some of it. I thought,
action.
You know, in the opening scene, it's the first thing we see is him skydiving.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the next scene. And
with an RPG on his back.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He's wingsuiting down to a fighter jet to hijack it.
Yes.
Of course. And then...
standard.
Yeah. Multiple explosions. Mm-hmm. We get to see the grapple hook being used to like bring down helicopters and pretty standard Just Cause things, really. And my favourite scene was the slow-mo backflip
off the car
as it's falling off the edge of the cliff. Because you can't just jump out and parachute. You've got to backflip parachute.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And it ends with the obvious cool guy doesn't look at the explosion, walk away.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you guys excited for it? We also, it says on the trailer as well, Holiday 2015.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excited?
Yes.
Very, very much so. Yeah, I mean, this is coming at a time where, you know, Far Cry 4 was out at the same sort of time as this is coming out last year, so 12 months later. So if we can have a game like this, I mean, it does definitely have its similarities to Far Cry, I think if anything, it looks a little bit more epic than Far Cry.
It's-
There's
yeah,
a lot
it's-
more
it's-
action.
It's a bit less serious. Not that Far Cry is serious, but
Yeah, but there's a lot
Yeah.
more, I think, in terms of action hero kind of stuff rather than Far Cry. But I think it's coming at a good time. I'm super excited for it. Uber excited.
me too. I think it might get pushed though.
Possibly, but I can deal with that.
I can't. I need it this year. Just because, I don't know, we've got Mad Max coming from the same studio. I mean, different publisher, but the same studio. That's this year. And then we've got Assassin's Creed. We've got lots of open world games coming already. I hope I'm wrong. Push Assassin's Creed. We don't need another Assassin's Creed. Let's have Just Cause 3.
It's okay, don't worry, because we got Batman coming.
Yes, we have. And we can segue nicely onto that topic if you want.
We can.
So we had a new trailer for Batman.
Yes.
Dual play. Whatever that means. It kind of sounds like a snazzy
Sounds
new way
kinky.
of... Does it?
I don't know.
What kind of kink do you get into?
Dual play. I don't know.
Is that the...
Sounds like something a slogan that Durex would use.
I was going to say it's... Oh. I thought that was maybe like the shelf name for a double-ended dildo. Anyway.
There's the line. There's you.
Hey! You started it. I just jumped in face first. So anyway.
He said.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, if I'm nothing, I'm keen. So yeah, Batman. The new trailer's shown off a feature which, as far as I can tell, is kind of like GTA 5 style, as in you can switch between characters. It's not full co-op, which I don't know why. Why not? If you're going to have these characters, why not just make it like co-op? Have it as like co-op missions, you know, like the Far Cry ones we had, where you had some missions that were co-op based.
Or you could just make it like drop in, drop out kind of thing. Like obviously the progress would only save for whoever's hosting, but they can just call in
whoever's
someone
Batman,
else.
basically.
Yeah.
Or like Lego, where you can switch between characters.
Yeah. But I don't know. But that's basically how it looks like. But without the option of having player 2 pressing start.
Yeah.
So that looks cool. We saw Nightwing, Robin, Catwoman, kind of the obligatory sidekicks. It wouldn't surprise me to see maybe Superman turn up as like a cameo in this game, as like a way to set it onto. Just because,
I know,
just to move it from back, like at the very end.
Yeah, I know.
Like you get to control him for
you couldn't have Superman turn up and do it like.
I'll be your sidekick, Batman.
No, just more for the fact that it's like, so you got some problems here. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Yeah.
I think it might turn up at the very end.
Yeah.
And there'll be like a little mission where you get to play as him, or more than likely it'll be one of the features in the ridiculously priced
DLC.
£33 DLC. £33. That's the price of a game.
Yep.
For DLC. And what's even better, we don't even know what's in the DLC. They're like multiplayer, some extra maps, some skins. But it's fine. It'll be good. Just give us, you know. I mean, for us, that's the full price of the game. Okay, yes, it's actually only 2/3 of what the RRP is.
Yeah.
But for us, it's no. Absolute most season passes should be £15 to £20. Absolute maximum,
depending on how much is being planned out there.
We get standalone games for less than this.
Yeah.
You know, like standalone DLC stuff, like
the Wolfenstein thing that's coming up is like
29.
Less,
Is it 29, 25 maybe?
I think it's less.
It's even less. So will you be getting this DLC?
No. No, I'm hoping the game is fulfilling enough that I do not need it.
Well, that's a worrying thing, isn't it?
That's always my worry when there's a big
DLC.
push on the DLC.
It's like this
gonna cut
DLC
ahead
just the second half of the game.
Yeah.
Is this their way? Well, it will have to be.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what I mean. It's like, thanks for buying the game. By the way, if you want to complete it, please download the DLC.
It's like the old days where it was like, please insert
Yeah,
disc
I was just gonna say. Please buy DLC. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Like Batman's just been hit by someone and it fades to black.
That's how Superman turns up. He literally comes in, punches Batman, so you've got Batman versus Superman. Batman goes flying off screen kind of thing.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Please purchase DLC to continue.
Yeah.
No.
And the DLC starts, just Batman going, "Ah."
Pow.
So, I'm excited for the dual play at least.
Yeah.
Disappointed it's not co-op, But I'm excited to be able to, in Arkham City there was a few missions where you could play as Catwoman and stuff. So
let's not forget. I mean, putting all that to one side, this game does look good, and I think it's definitely one of the best looking games in terms of action and close combat for the year. I think it's got to be up there. I'm
very excited for it. As long as the game hasn't suffered as a result of a DLC, then I'm happy. I just won't buy the DLC. No one's forced. As long as it's not forcing me to buy it.
No, and as DLC does, it'll drop in price over time.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's that substantial, what's in it, at some point you'll be able to pick it up for something reasonable.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's dropped before release based on the outcry.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Well, we can't play Batman right now, but let's focus on some games that we can play. And not only that, we can play them for free. It's the time of the month. PlayStation Plus, games with gold. We'll go through the PlayStation ones first because I know that's what at least makes Dan more excited. For the PS...
What's that be?
It's because you don't have an Xbox. One or 360. You don't have a Vita either, really. But we'll go through the ones that do apply to you. PS4, we have GwG May, the Super Turbo Championship Edition, which, if no one's played, is an awesome 2D platformer. You're basically an undead Mexican wrestler. Exactly. That's what he says. That's all he says.
I know.
Really clever platforming in that one. And also on PS4 we have IFA 1, which is a first-person puzzler. That's a tongue twister. Either that or I'm just really bad.
I like the look of this game. I really do.
Yeah,
I think,
restoring the minds of the insane.
Yeah.
What do you think of?
Maybe because I can relate to it. I don't know.
What? Because that's what you have to do on a daily basis, or because you are the insane?
Because I am insane. I'm really intrigued by what this game is giving away in its trailer.
What I've read as well about it is it's got two different ways you can play it. So you can play it more focusing on the story side of it, so you don't have to be quite so puzzle based if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Or you can jump right in and really go for it on the puzzle side. So it appeals to more that way.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. New games, bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
I like always a game that gives me options as well. And GwG May, guys. I don't know if you guys played it, but I've played it.
Certainly.
Definitely check it out. Really good.
It looks fun.
It's really hard at the end as well.
It's being downloaded at the moment. I can get these.
Cool. I believe it will be tomorrow from the time of watching this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's the first
It's normally Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
So yes, tomorrow. Possibly even more so depending on upload speeds and times by the time you're watching this.
Yeah.
We'll see. Right, on the PS3 we have Unfinished Swan, which is a puzzle game where you start in a blank white canvas space and you can drop kind of blocks of black paint onto the screen in order to kind of just show you the world, and you have to discover it and help the swan finish his work.
Yes, you have to meet like the king of like the king.
It's like a fairy tale thing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's an interesting art style.
Very interesting.
It is.
To go with. And I like it. I just hope at some point you're not being chased by something and you're having to frantically like throw paint around just trying to find your way out.
Yeah.
I would quite like that idea.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like I don't want it to be so hit and miss.
Yeah.
You have to get it exactly on that spot.
Well, you're throwing black paint, so could you just like create like a black hole for like the guy that's chasing you to fall into?
Looney Tunes.
Yes.
Roger Rabbit.
But that's also, I believe, cross-buy of PS4, which is cool. Also on the PS3 we have Race the Sun, which is a very simple racing game where you basically just have to beat the setting sun to the finish line.
You're just piloting a ship that's solar powered. If you go in the shadows you start losing speed and power, and you just gotta
I like this game as well. I think it's very simply done, and it's one of these games where you can just pick up and play at any time you want. It's not a game that you're going to quickly get bored of, but it's something that is easy to come back to and just pick up at any point. I like it.
And it's also PS4 and Vita cross-buy, so that's 4 PS4 games so far. On the Vita we've got Hohokum, I believe, or Hohokum, I believe it's Hohokum. I knew how it was. And when I looked at I knew it was Hohokum, and then when I looked at it on the screen, it was like
Hohokum.
I don't know what.
Father Christmas in the room.
That's what he says to Mrs. Santa Claus. Anyway, It's a very simple art game. You guide this snake around various different worlds. There's no real objective. You just guide around this world.
I think there's some like very simple puzzle things in it.
Yeah, but there's no like story gauging along. It's just very, very simple. Looks like a fun game just to kind of chill out with, maybe for half an hour if you want something that soothes you, or if you enjoy the odd recreational drug, maybe it'll be pretty. PS4, PS3 cross-buy as well, so 5 PS4 games this month. That's pretty good. And then finally on the Vita, we've got Murasaki Baby.
I'm glad you're pronouncing all of these names that we've had so far in the news
perfectly. I add?
Well, yeah.
It's a puzzle platformer. You guide a baby through like this nightmarish world. This one is probably the one out of all 6 that I would probably say I'm not really that bothered.
Yeah, it's like my comment to you guys before was like, when did Tim Burton start making
Yeah.
video games?
Yeah.
It's that sort of art style.
It is.
Yeah, it looks cool, but
The big head, stick body kind of.
Yeah.
if I'm going to play a puzzle platformer, there's plenty of others in the list this month. So a very good list, I think. All, if you look at reviews, these games are all well regarded. So the people on YouTube bashing this PlayStation Plus list, they can fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't have to be a AAA game to be good. These games are all 8 and above rated, so make of that what you will. Rant over. That's it. Nice and short, like I said. On the Xbox side, we have Xbox One Castle Storm Definitive Edition. It's a tower defense game, but with a bit of brawling elements in there as well. I'm not a big tower defense guy. Are you?
Not really.
Not going to buy an Xbox just so you can pick this up for free.
No.
That's fair enough. We've got Pool Nation FX there as well.
But in which case, Xbox Here.
That's still there for one more month.
I think the only thing that I would say about Xbox One versus Games for Gold versus PlayStation Plus is that, you know, months like this where you do just get one Xbox One game.
Well, you get 2. It's just the same as last month.
Yeah, and then you get all of the choice on the PS4.
Yeah.
You know, I do think it's, you know, it's definitely not balanced, because I find myself, you know, liking at least, you know, 1 or 2 of the games every month for PS4. And you know, you've only really got one to choose from, potentially. New game every month for Games of Gold, and I find that a little bit frustrating, I must say. I'd like to see Xbox come in line with PS4 and have a bit more choice.
I think what Xbox has been doing really well this year is on the 360 side. Which shows again with Mafia 2 and Formula 1 2013. Both Mafia 2, I loved the first one.
Yeah, I like Mafia games.
This one was not quite as good as the first one, but it was still pretty good. You know, if you like being a mobster in the Mafia, you'll probably have a good time with it. And in Formula 1, those games are pretty decent. It's not the latest one, which I'll have my own opinions about, but
you know, it's a month until the newest one comes out, so.
But as I'm saying, with the 360, at least you've got the choice there of 2 games as well, 2 different contrasting games.
Yes, but they're for half a month each. And I guess I don't know. I guess it's down to 2 things. PlayStation are a bit ahead of Xbox on the whole indie side. You know, the PlayStation. You know, they've got this ecosystem that they've built up from the last gen that's carried over. Xbox are trying to catch up with inner Xbox, and they've got some good games there. It's just, you know, the catalogue isn't as large as PlayStation. And the reason we get so many on PS4 is because you get this cross-buy. You don't get cross-buy on the Xbox platform. Maybe it will come with Microsoft 10, I don't know.
Maybe.
But also, PlayStation Plus games, you have to always have PlayStation Plus to keep them.
Yeah.
Whereas games with Gold, you could not renew your Gold subscription and you still get to keep the games. So,
yeah, I suppose it does offset.
So pretty good month is what we could say, yeah?
Overall, between the 2.
For free game, well,
Between the 2
I know they're not technically free because you pay for a membership, but I consider them free.
Yeah,
because I was paying for the membership anyway.
Yeah.
And rounding out the news then this week, we might have a remastered Gears of War coming to the Xbox One sooner rather than later. It's been kind of rumoured and expected ever since we had the Halo Master Chief Collection that we would have like a Marcus Fennick collection, but coming out this week is we might only be getting Gears of War 1 rather than the whole collection. It's the 10th anniversary of the first game next year, so I don't think there's room in Xbox's catalogue for a Gears of War collection this winter.
No.
We talked about it a couple of shows ago, how many games they've already got. But maybe it's your spring game or something. But what do you guys think about only getting, why is it not the collection? Why only one game? I mean, obviously it's a lot of work to fully remaster. We should remember on Xbox, Halo 1 already existed. They were making Halo 2 as the anniversary. Halo 4 was quite a new game, so they didn't need to do that much. And if you look at Halo 3, that's the worst one of the collection.
Yeah.
So
I think they probably consider that Halo is that gold standard for the collection, and that'll carry them forward for quite a few years, and there's not really much need to have another full collection of should we say a lesser game, if you like.
Controversial.
Well, I know.
I know what you mean. In terms of
generally,
like Halo Gears is big, but Halo will always be Xbox's number one franchise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gears is always going to be the bridesmaid to Halo as much as it wants to be.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Sometimes the bride, but I understand it from that point of view. And I suppose what we should remember is Xbox. Well, when we had Halo, that was a shock. No one expected to get 4 games for one.
A good shock.
It was a good shock, apart from the fact that it didn't work. But now everyone thinks, oh, well, now we've had 4 in one. Well, you can just do it for every collection. People want Mass Effect trilogy collection.
Yeah.
And all this.
The thing is,
in all fairness, that does exist.
There's a lot of time, hours, and cost involved in doing this, and I think it's a case of, is it worth doing? Is it cost effective to do it?
I think so. I think more people would buy the collection than would buy just number one, because number one was a Games with Gold like only a year ago. Maybe
I think also
18 months.
if you're bringing something up to the latest gen in order to get new people to play it, and so on, especially when you've got a run of how many Gears games is it?
It's 3 or 4. 3 in Judgment. 1, 2, 3 in Judgment.
If you're planning on bringing a new one out for the next generation, you're continuing that franchise. You don't want to draw in new players by saying, "Hey, here's the first one," and then them going, "Well, what the hell's happened in between?"
Yeah, for like when the new one comes out.
Yeah,
that's the danger, isn't it?
Yeah,
Would you buy an Xbox, Dan? The obligatory question for every week.
The weekly question.
The weekly topic. We should just have a show of will Dan buy an Xbox, and just every week just up there like a 5-second video that says no. Would you buy it if they did the collection? If you had that collection and the Halo collection?
possibly.
Well, that's not very definitive. We need you to say yes, so we don't need to tell Microsoft whether they've got to do the whole collection, just so Dan can be happy. But
I don't. I've never paid too much attention to Gears of War, to be honest.
I think you'd like it.
So I can't say yes because I don't know too much about the games.
I think you'd really like it. It's probably the closest. I mean, it's not the same at all, but it's the closest thing that the Xbox last generation had to Uncharted in terms of like third person.
Okay.
It's more shooter based, heavy.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's very heavy. It's I mean, cinematic wise, similar to The Order in that regard. It's a very cinematic game, but way better than The Order. But yeah, I will not buy it if it's just the one because I've played. Well, I haven't played all of them. I haven't played Judgment, but I wouldn't buy it for one. But I'd buy it for all 3 if I could just play the whole trilogy to get me excited again. Should we move on to the games then?
Yeah, maybe one of this week's game releases will further persuade Dan to buy an Xbox One.
Segue into State of Decay, Year 1 Survival Edition for the Xbox One. It's a third-person action game, zombie apocalypse. Come on, Dan. You love a good old zombie apocalypse, don't you?
Haven't we discussed this and said that zombies have been done too much now?
Yeah, but you still like them. You didn't say that. I'm sure you didn't say that, but
I'm sure
for the sake of this argument, you do like them.
Yeah, I definitely remember him saying, "I'm partial to a bit of zombie."
I'm pretty sure he said exactly. That State of Decay game looks really good for the 360. If they ever rezzed it, I would definitely be on board. Quote Dan Gilbert. But no, for anyone that hasn't played this, it was a huge success when it came onto Xbox Live Arcade a couple of years back. Now upgraded. There's still some texture issues and frame rate issues, but
there are no dicks now.
Huh?
There are no dicks.
There are no dicks. Well, there are plenty of dicks, just not in this game. They have been removed.
Yeah.
I forgot about that story.
I had forgotten about that story as well. I was just like, oh my god.
I knew that for a second because both of you looked at me and went, what?
Has everyone been castrated? Is that part of the survival? That's the infected.
It's how you start getting eaten.
It's your new weapon.
But yeah, this the advantage is if you did have it on the 360 as well, you can upgrade. They'll recognise your account and you'll get £10 off.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know exactly how it works because I didn't have it for the 360. I only had the trial version because I was cheap.
It's got to work. I've seen that for other games. I'm just trying to think of an example off the top of my head, but I know it's been out there that like if you've previously owned like the digital, might just be the digital version rather than the physical. I'm not sure. Yeah,
well, obviously it would have to be digital, so it's tied to all the accounts. Yeah. But nice touch to do that, and all the DLC included. It's actually if you're not a graphics whore, basically, it's a very good game.
Yeah, I think that's the only drawback really.
It's like £20, so bargain, 25 quid. We've got Shovel Knight also on the Xbox One. We won't really talk about that because we spoke about it last week, but very good game now on all platforms. But specifically right now, it's loaded into my Vita for my holiday, so it's what I'm going to be spending all week doing, I think.
It's good.
It is good. Broken Age for the PS4 and PlayStation Vita. This is a point and click or click and point adventure game. It's from the guy that gave us Grim Fandango. It's his first kind of hand-drawn adventure game like this since then. So a lot of people were excited for it. Apparently it tells a really good story, but from two different perspectives, two different stories from two different teenagers in different worlds, but kind of they don't ever meet, but like their stories kind of are relatable, if that makes sense, and you can flip between them. Anything that either of you are interested in, do you think?
Personally, no.
Probably not in the top 3 this week, no.
Well, that's a bit disappointing because we've only got 4. I've heard it's very good. I don't know if I will ever. It's one of those ones where I would maybe play if I had nothing else to play, but I don't remember what that feels like anymore. So,
ditto.
We've got Project Root for the Xbox One and PS4, which, from my notes, says is an overhead spaceship shooter. Basically, this is the end notes I can have to make. You watch the trailer, it's like, you're a spaceship, you fly around, you shoot things, other spaceships and enemies and stuff.
Yeah, basically,
Looks,
from what I saw in the gameplay,
Geometry Wars, Resogun, We Are Doomed, or whatever that one was called. All these type of games. Very, very similar, but hey, maybe it does something different to stand out from the rest. It's no Resogun, though, let's be honest.
Nah.
Nothing ever will be.
I think the only difference is it's top down rather than side scrolling.
Yeah, it is different. Side scrolling is the best. We have Paperbound for the PS4, which is, quote, smashy fun for 4 friends in the same room.
I do like the look of this.
I like the trailer. The trailer is very.
The trailer was well done.
I like trailers that come with a bit of humour.
Yeah.
Rather than being all that kind of serious cut and action and stuff. Yeah. It looks just like a fun little adventure game. Obviously, co-op is at the forefront of this game.
Yeah.
But you can still play it on your own if you want to. Nothing taken too seriously. But it does look like it has some fun elements to it.
Yeah.
One that I wouldn't mind having a look at. We have Rack and Ruin for the PS4. This one is another adventure game. We get plenty of those, but with a nice little twist. Rather than trying to save the world, you get to destroy the world.
Yeah.
Be the demon.
Be the demon. Be the devil. Do you like the idea of this one, Dan?
I like the concept that in an adventure game they've actually flipped it for once, that your plan is not to be the hero.
Yeah.
But you don't see that really in games.
Yeah, that's what intrigues me about this game, I think, is just that it's just from a different perspective.
Yeah, it's so different. Whether or not I'll ever play it, probably, if I'm honest, no. But
I was going to say,
it's not because it's bad.
The concept intrigues me more than the actual game.
Yeah.
There's too many games. You've got to be. We've talked about this to death, but you just have to be ruthless with your decisions.
You do.
You know, unless gaming, you're lucky enough for gaming to be like your full-time job, or you just accept that you're going to be a bum and live with your parents forever. So which I have considered doing a couple of times. I have considered selling my flat, moving back home, and then just taking up a position in the room. I'll stream everything. Eventually, if I'm on Twitch for long enough, eventually people will start watching.
Yeah. It's a good plan.
The only thing that's stopping me is the internet. Don't have fast enough upload speed. Otherwise, I'd be doing it. What a shame. The final game we've got is Damascus Gear Operation Tokyo, which is a Vita game. Just looks like a fast-paced mech shooter. Dan, did you said something? You researched the deep backstory that it has?
I researched the deep backstory by watching a trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically just a case of mechanized robots have just taken over the world, as in like army mechs. It's gone to shit, so everyone's gone down underground to hide, and now you're taking it back. And
Cool.
You're starting with Tokyo, and you can just customize your mech or your gear, as it's called.
Yeah.
And
I love a game with a good backstory. But yeah, again, decent game for the Vita, but there are already plenty out there. It's not like it's the 3DS that doesn't have anything going for it. The Vita is full of good games.
Yeah, it is.
The 3DS is fine as well, but I just thought...
Do we do DS releases in this show?
Well, I look for the physical releases, but I don't check the Nintendo store because I don't have access to it easily for a console. Their website doesn't appear to be as good as the PlayStation 1, and even if we did, everyone's opinion would be the same because none of us here own Nintendo consoles. So basically, people just have to accept that this is a PlayStation and Xbox show. Although I should add that there were a couple of very good simulation games for the PC this week. You know, you're always talking about it. Roadside Assistance Simulator, where you get to fly the helicopter over and like help all like the accidents that happen on the motorway and repair them. I know you're a big fan of simulators, Ash.
Yeah.
So
when you said that, I thought you were going to be like the AA van and just like
far more dramatic than that. Quick response
I
team.
said like helicopters. It's like more than I was expecting.
I know. There were a couple others as well. I looked at them all last night and I was like, I'm going to list all of these, but we've already gone long enough and it would just be to wind Ash up. So we'll draw the line there for today. What's your picks then, guys? Very quickly before we round out.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick something, although it's unlikely I will actually be buying this because I've already got far too much to be playing, but I like the look of Rack and Ruin. I mean, I know it's not really for you guys, but I like that it is a little bit different. I agree with Dan. I mean, I like the concept. The game doesn't look amazing, but I'd still like to just play it. I'd like to at least play a demo of this just to really get a feel for it, but I think that's the only thing that really appeals to me really this week.
Don't like the zombies.
It doesn't look that great. I mean, I must admit.
So you are a graphics whore.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that's your prerogative.
It's
Well,
a
that's
little
my
bit PS3-y.
What's a 360 game?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it does. You know, if you're going to be critical, yeah, it does
Previous
still.
gen.
It doesn't look like a new gen game.
Yeah.
But at least now it looks like a 360 game, whereas on the 360 it looked like a PS2 game. So
Yeah.
It looks a bit better than the motorbike game that we were.
oh my god,
Yeah.
I played that demo. It was horrendous. And Dan picked it as his game of the week.
I said it was something I'd keep an eye
I
on.
suppose that's what happens when you don't have the Xbox to choose from. Forced down these subpar routes. What's your pick, Dan?
Paperbound. It's like I
Yeah.
want to try and find like more fun co-op games
Yeah.
and so on. And this
Yeah,
is
we
one
were
I wanna
talking
check
about
out.
that the other day, weren't we? So,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, it's a good choice. Looks fun.
Yeah, that would be my number 2 pick this week, definitely.
Mine is still Shovel Knight. I know I picked it last week, but I'm going to pick it again because it's the best game there. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Broken Age looks fun as well, but I probably won't get to it. And State of Decay. I always like the idea of zombie games. Like I got really excited for Dying Light. I bought it, and I just can't get invested into it. You know, the fact that I have to hit people with weapons and my weapons are always breaking and I'm defenseless. It's like I just want a gun and I don't want to worry about ammo.
You just want to
I don't
see zombies exploding and you killing them all.
I like the idea of a zombie game more than I actually like playing them.
Yeah.
It's the same with Dead Rising. I've owned all 3 Dead Risings, but never completed one of them.
Okay.
It's more like you'd rather a zombie combat game than a zombie survival game. It's basically what you're saying.
But Dead Rising zombie combat, it has a counter of how many zombies you've killed in
No,
the
no.
top left corner.
Yeah, but I mean, as in, like, it's literally just throwing you in. Like, you don't have to worry about the survival aspect of, like, your materials and like are finite and things like that.
Yeah, I don't have the patience, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, we've gone a bit long again, as we
As
seem to
always.
always do now.
I don't think it's long anymore. We've
No,
gone
this
normal.
is just standard.
Standard length.
But I feel it was a good show. We had plenty of stuff to talk about. And I'm sure there's at least one person still watching. Hi, editing Matt.
You get a bed now.
So yeah, that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. You keep up to date with all of our weekly shows and videos that we do. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of what's going on at Konami, or how good the Just Cause trailer looked, or any of the games that are out. What you think of the dual play sex toy that Batman is going through. All of those will respond to you.
People will be, if they just like fast forwarded through like half the video and see that bit, they'll be like, what did I miss?
We have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, Dan, Ash,
Cheers, guys.
thank you as always. And everyone out there, we'll see you next Monday.